Someone is deeply in love with you, and it all connects to something you did. Read this before the feeling fades away. This message did not reach you by chance. And no, this is not just a dramatic opening. There is a real reason you felt pulled toward these exact words. A reason your eyes slowed down for a moment and chose to stay. A reason a quiet voice inside you gently said, "Keep reading." It is because a person, a real person, someone you know now or someone from your past, is going through a difficult moment right now. They are struggling, and strangely, it has something to do with you. Not because you chased them, not because you begged them to stay, not because you kept asking again and again for answers, closure, or promises, but because you stopped doing something they believed you would always keep doing, and that one small change shifted everything between you. Hello everyone, welcome to Never Give Up. Remember to subscribe, press the bell, and select all, because every single video can change the way you think and feel. Now let us begin quietly, without noise. There was a time in your life when you decided to choose yourself. It was not loud, it was not dramatic. There was no big speech, no public goodbye, no clear ending. It was silent, almost unseen, but it was real. One day, you simply decided you could not keep giving pieces of your heart just to keep someone else comfortable. Maybe you stopped being the one who always sent the first message. Maybe you stopped explaining your feelings again and again to someone who never truly listened. Maybe you stopped staring at your phone, waiting for a reply that came very late, or sometimes not at all. Maybe you stopped forgiving the same hurt over and over again. Or maybe you just stopped trying so hard to prove you were enough for someone who could not recognize your worth. From the outside, it looked small, but inside your heart, it was a huge step. You chose peace. You chose respect. You chose to protect your heart. And that is what changed everything. Because the person who is now deeply in love with you never expected this from you. They thought you would always be there, always available, always understanding, always ready to give more, even when you were completely exhausted. They became used to your presence, used to your care, used to your patience. And when you pulled that energy back, not with anger, not with hate, but with quiet self-respect, they felt it deeply. For the first time, they noticed the space you once filled. At first, they may not have understood it. They might have thought you were just busy, that you would return to your old habits soon. But days passed, then more days, and you did not return. You did not chase. You did not ask. You did not remind them of everything you gave. You simply stood firm in your own life and kept moving forward. Slowly, it hit them. Something had changed. You had changed. And they started to feel your absence in places they never realized you touched. Now they think about you all the time, when the day becomes quiet, when there is no one left to talk to, when something good happens and they want to share it but realize they cannot. They remember you. They remember how you listened, how you cared about small details, how you made space for them even when your own life felt heavy. They replay moments again and again, simple conversations, small smiles, long messages, and suddenly, those memories feel heavy. Suddenly, you are not just someone from their past. You are the person they cannot stop thinking about. They watch you from a distance now, maybe through social media, maybe through mutual friends, or maybe only in their thoughts. They see you growing, healing, smiling more, and living your life. And that hurts them, because they realize you are becoming even more beautiful without them. Not because you are trying to show anything, but because you are finally free to be yourself. They want to reach out. They think about sending a message. They type something, then delete it. They wonder if you would even care to hear from them. They fear they waited too long. They fear you have already moved on. And that fear feels very heavy, because now they understand what they might have lost forever. When you were always there, your love felt safe to them. Maybe too safe, like something that would never leave. But when you stepped back, they finally understood that love is not endless if it is not respected. That people do not stay forever when they are not valued. And that lesson is waking something deep inside them. So yes, someone is in love with you, not in a simple way, but in a way that keeps them awake at night. In a way that makes them repeat your name in their mind again and again. In a way that fills them with regret and hope at the same time. Regret for what they did not do, and hope that maybe they still have a chance. And you may not even know it. You may think they forgot you. You may think you were easy to replace. You may believe you did not matter that much to them, but the truth is, your absence is louder than your presence ever was, because now they feel it in every quiet moment. This message is not here to tell you to go back. It is not here to push you to reach out. It is here to remind you of your worth, to show you that choosing yourself did not make you lose love. It revealed how powerful your love really was. It showed who cared when you stopped giving without limits. If they come back, it will not be because you begged them. It will not be because you chased them. It will be because they finally see you, because they finally understand what you meant in their life. And if they do not come back, that is okay too, because you have already gained something far more important. You found yourself again. Remember this, the moment you chose your peace, your value became clear. The moment you stopped trying to be enough, you showed that you already were enough. And somewhere right now, someone is feeling the weight of that truth. Someone is realizing they fell in love with you when it was almost too late. Keep going, keep choosing yourself. Real love does not come from losing who you are. It comes from having the courage to stand in your worth, even if it means standing alone for some time. And that is exactly what you did. It was a small shift, a quiet change, a silence where there was once effort, a calm space where there used to be anxiety, a pause where there used to be too much explaining. You did not walk away in anger. You did not leave to hurt them or to teach them a lesson. You did not disappear to make them feel small. You simply stopped leaving yourself behind. You stopped putting your needs at the bottom of the list. You stopped breaking your own heart just to keep theirs comfortable. And the moment you did that, something inside them broke open. They did not expect this at all. In their mind, you were always going to be there. Always kind, always understanding, always forgiving, always waiting, always hoping that one day they would finally choose you the way you chose them. They believed your love was certain. They believed your care had no limit. They believed that no matter what they did, you would stay. And when someone believes your presence is guaranteed, they stop protecting it. They stop treating it like something valuable. They stop making it a priority. They delay it. They push it aside. They assume there will always be more time. But then, without noise or drama, everything changed. You stopped reminding them of your value. You stopped explaining why their words hurt you. You stopped trying to prove your loyalty. You stopped fighting to be seen. You stopped showing up where your energy was not returned. And that silence, that quiet space you left behind, became very loud. So loud that they could not ignore it. So loud that it followed them into their thoughts. So loud that it filled the places where your voice once existed. This is where deep feelings begin to grow. People do not fall deeply in love when they feel in control. They fall deeply in love when they realize they may have already lost you, when the ground beneath them feels unsteady, when they understand that what they once took lightly might be gone forever. That is when fear wakes up love. That is when absence makes the heart finally see. Now they replay memories again. Simple talks, small smiles, the way you listened when no one else did, the way you cared about things others ignored, the way you made space for them even when you were tired. They remember how you stayed calm when things were heavy, how you tried to fix what was breaking, how you held on when it would have been easier to walk away. And now they see it clearly, because you are no longer doing it. They feel the empty spaces you once filled, in the quiet of the night, in the middle of a busy day, in moments when something happens and you are the first person they want to tell, but then they remember you are not there anymore. And that pain comes in waves, sometimes soft, sometimes strong, but it does not fully go away. At first, they may tell themselves it does not matter, that they are fine, that they do not need you, that life goes on. But deep inside, something feels off, something feels missing, and slowly they begin to understand that it is you, not just your presence, but your energy, your care, your way of making them feel seen and accepted. They begin to realize how rare that was. When you were always there, your love felt safe, maybe too safe, like air that is always around and never noticed. But when the air changes, when it becomes thin, when it becomes harder to breathe, only then do you understand how important it was. That is what your absence is doing to them now. It is showing them what life feels like without your constant care. They slowly begin to question themselves. Why did they not try a little harder? Why did they wait so long? Why did they act like they had all the time in the world? Why did they not protect something that was clearly real? And with every question, their emotions grow deeper, because now they are not only missing you, they are missing the person they used to be when you were there, the version of themselves that felt supported, the version that felt valued, the version that truly felt loved. At the same time, you are not the same anymore. Not because you turned cold, not because you stopped caring, but because you learned to care about yourself as well. You understood that love should not feel like losing who you are. You realized that being kind does not mean you have to accept pain. You understood that sometimes staying quiet is stronger than explaining yourself again and again to someone who refuses to listen. You learned that moving forward is sometimes the only way to keep going. From a distance, they can notice this change in you. Maybe through pictures, maybe through shared places, or maybe just through memories. They see you looking calmer, stronger, and more at peace. And this confuses them. A part of them wants you to still be waiting, still hoping, still open for them. But another part of them sees that you are growing without them, and that truth hurts more than anything else. They feel the urge to reach out. They think about it over and over again. They open a message, type a few words, then erase them. They wonder what they could even say. They wonder if you would respond. They wonder if too much time has already passed. Fear holds them back, but hope keeps pushing them forward. It becomes a quiet battle inside their heart, one they never had to face when you were always there. You did not plan for any of this to happen. You were not trying to make them miss you. You were simply tired of always giving more than you received, tired of being patient while your own needs were ignored, tired of feeling like you had to earn a love that should have been given freely. So you chose yourself. And by choosing yourself, you became the one thing they can no longer reach easily. Now your silence speaks louder than words. It tells them you are no longer willing to beg for a place in someone's life. It tells them you finally understand your worth. It tells them your heart is not something to play with. And even if no words are spoken, they can feel that message clearly. This does not mean you should go back. It does not mean you should break your peace just because someone finally realizes what they lost. It simply means you should understand how powerful your presence always was, how much your love truly mattered, how choosing yourself did not make you lose love, but instead revealed who actually valued it. If they come back, it will not be because you chased them. It will not be because you explained yourself one more time. It will not be because you tried again to prove your loyalty. It will be because they finally understand what life feels like without you, and they can no longer ignore that feeling. And if they do not come back, that is still okay, because you have already gained something more valuable. You have found yourself again. Hold on to this truth. The quiet moment when you stopped leaving yourself behind changed everything. The pause you gave yourself to breathe gave you strength. The silence you chose showed your value. And somewhere right now, someone is feeling the weight of that silence. Someone is realizing they fell in love with you when it may already be too late. Keep moving forward. Keep choosing peace instead of chaos. Keep choosing respect instead of empty hope. Because real love does not ask you to shrink yourself. It does not ask you to beg. It does not ask you to lose who you are. Real love meets you where you stand, in your worth, in your calm, and in your truth. And you, by simply breaking old patterns, have shown how strong and beautiful that truth really is. Right now, this person is replaying so many memories in their mind. Your laugh that came so easily, your patience when things were not simple, the way you cared without keeping score, the way you stayed even when it would have been easier to walk away. They go over these moments again and again, sometimes without even trying. The hardest part for them is this. They did not truly see your value until your energy stopped reaching for them, until you were no longer the one always trying, until you were no longer the one closing the distance. Only then did they begin to feel it. They feel it even if they never say anything, even if they have not sent you a message, even if they act fine in front of others, even if they pretend to be busy, unbothered, or completely okay. Deep down, they feel your absence because you were not just someone who liked them. You were not just someone who helped pass time. You were someone who truly saw them. You noticed the small details. You understood their moods. You paid attention to the things they never said out loud. And when someone loses the person who truly sees them, they do not just miss the relationship. They miss who they were when they were loved by you. They miss feeling important. They miss feeling understood. They miss feeling safe. Now when they look at their life, something feels different. The days still pass. The world still moves. People still talk and laugh around them. But inside, something feels quieter and heavier. It is the space you once filled, the place where your care lived, the place where your presence brought comfort. They may try to distract themselves. They may stay busy. They may tell themselves it does not matter. But in quiet moments, when there is nothing to hide behind, your absence speaks louder than anything else ever did. They remember how you listened without rushing, how you gave your time even when you were tired, how you showed up even when you had your own struggles. They remember how you believed in them, sometimes more than they believed in themselves, and now they see how rare that was. They understand that not everyone loves like that. Not everyone stays like that. Not everyone sees like that. And realizing they may have lost it forever hurts in a way they did not expect. You did something rare. You did not harden your heart. You did not become cold or cruel. You did not turn into someone you were not. You did not try to get revenge. You did not try to make them jealous. You did not try to prove anything. You simply stepped back with dignity. You chose to keep your heart soft, but no longer open to being hurt. You chose peace instead of drama. You chose yourself instead of staying where you were not truly valued. That kind of self-respect is powerful. It quietly sends a message to the world and to everyone in it. It says, I know who I am, even if you do not. I know my worth, even if you forgot it. I know what I deserve, even if you could not give it. When you reach that place within yourself, it shook them, it surprised them, it made them stop and think, because they never expected you to be the one to step away. They believed you would always be there, always kind, always waiting, always hoping. They thought your love had no limit. They thought your patience would never run out. And when you showed them that you could love deeply and still walk away with grace, it changed how they saw you. You were no longer just the one who cared more. You became the one they could lose. And that truth hit them hard. Now they think about you often. They wonder what you are doing, if you still think about them, if you have moved on, if someone else is making you smile. These thoughts appear when they least expect them, in the middle of the day, late at night, whenever something reminds them of you. And each time, they feel a mix of regret and longing. Regret for not doing more, and longing for another chance. They may want to reach out. They may open a message and stare at the blank screen. They may write something and delete it again and again, because they are unsure if they still have a place in your life. They do not know if too much time has passed, and that fear keeps them quiet even when their heart is full. Meanwhile, you are learning to live in a new way. You are learning what it feels like to not beg for attention, to not explain your pain again and again, to not chase someone who cannot meet you halfway. You are learning to breathe more freely, to smile without forcing it, to wake up without that heavy feeling in your chest. And even if some days are still difficult, you know you made the right choice, because you no longer feel like you are losing yourself just to keep someone else. And that is what they notice from a distance. Not the pain you went through, but the strength you found. They see you standing taller. They see you calmer. They see a light in you that comes from choosing your own peace. That is when they begin to understand something important. You did not lose by stepping back. You grew, and they were the ones who lost the chance to grow with you. You never planned to have this kind of impact. You were just trying to survive, trying to protect your heart, trying to stop leaving yourself behind. But sometimes, when you choose yourself, you become a reflection for others. You show them what they failed to value. You show them what they took for granted. And that lesson stays with them. So yes, somewhere right now, someone is thinking about you more than you realize. Someone is feeling the weight of your absence. Someone is understanding that your love was not ordinary, that it was rare, that it was something they may never find in the same way again. And even if they never say it, even if they never send that message, even if they pretend they are fine, their heart knows the truth. Let this remind you of who you are. Not someone easy to forget, not someone easy to replace, not someone who loved without meaning. You were someone who saw deeply, someone who cared honestly, someone who stayed with truth. And when you finally stepped back with dignity, it did not make you smaller. It made your value clearer than ever. Keep holding on to that self-respect. Keep choosing peace over pain. Keep trusting that what is meant for you will meet you where you stand, not where you beg. Because the love that cost you your dignity is never the love you deserve. And the love that truly sees you, chooses you, and respects you will never need to be chased. Somewhere right now, a heart is learning that lesson because of you.